how do we cool the conflict? And how do we best position ourselves and create those spaces where it's okay to recognize that, it's okay to have those arguments, but how do we just bring it down a notch and make that a little bit easier for everyone?
Yes, because it is a bit more tense, isn't it, when we don't have, other spaces that we go to, we're stuck at home.
Hi team, it's Rachel here and we've got Cathy here once more. Hey Cathy, how you going?
Well, thanks Rachel.
Amazing, very good. So our second session today, we're going to be talking about how we can best look after our families in the current climate. So with that being said, Cathy, how would you suggest that we help our children stay stimulated in the current climate?
Oh, that's a hard one, isn't it? Because it's a long time to keep them stimulated for. But I think the most important thing when you're thinking about engaging kids, so getting their minds working, is involve them in the planning around what tasks need to get done. So, all right, we need to get this room cleaned up, or we need to get this school work done, or whatever. How do you think we should go about it? Let's make a little plan together and get them excited, because when they've had input into planning an activity, whether you're turning your lounge room into a zoo or whatever you're creating that day, they're going to be more engaged if they've been part of the planning.
Absolutely, and so much of that comes down to that routine space. And what advice would you have with that? So routine, we all like knowing what we need to do in any one given day, and in the current climate, everything is so flexible in our homes that we might lack that. So in terms of helping strategize that for our parents and our families, how would you suggest they go about that?
So looking for new structure, isn't it? It's saying the old structure of where we drop you off at 9 o'clock for school or 8:30 for school, that's all out the window. We need a new structure, and depending on what age group your kids are, teens will obviously take over and recreate their own structure, but they might need a little bit of encouragement to do that.
Yes.
But for little ones, I've seen a lot of schools still getting kids to jump into their school uniform so that they know, okay, uniform's on, that means I'm in front of my computer.
Absolutely.
That means, and this time happens, creative families have got their little buzzers going on their phones as the school bell for recess, all those sorts of fun things that kids can be involved in setting up to create a structure that says, we're focused on school time, we're focused on fun time, we're focused on relaxed time.
Absolutely.
Build that into their day.
It is, and it helps for them to understand, that they're not at home, they're at school, and it's those little things that can make a really, really big difference. So in terms of explaining to our children why they can't see their friends, connection is everything, and it helps us develop, and it helps us, feel fulfilled, and knowing that we're giving to our family and friends and things like that. And for children and for our little ones, how do we explain that to them?
Yeah, I think by this stage probably they've grasped it by now after a number of weeks not seeing their friends, and fortunately they're better with technology than what we are usually. So involving them in Zoom sessions or whatever platform you're using, but being able to see the faces of their friends, and even teeing up with some other parents mutual games or activities. We're all going to do colouring in together, but you can have someone's face on the computer who's in their house also colouring in or creating something, or kicking the soccer ball around the lounge room, and setting up your goals, and your mate's on the other computer, he's also doing the same at home, so that they feel there is still some interaction.
Absolutely.
I know this is the one time I've been happy with my son doing a lot of gaming, because there's a lot of chat going on amongst the friends while they're doing that. So there are activities to keep them connected with their friends, but I guess talking with them about some of the science behind what's happening, when people get unwell and how that gets passed on, and this is a really cold that can be caught very easily, and so trying to help kids make sense of the fact that this is about keeping everyone safe, but also around still maintaining those connections.
Yes, absolutely. Now, with everyone living under the one roof, it can mean that we might get in each other's space and things like that. So how do we cool the conflict? And how do we best position ourselves and create those spaces where it's okay to recognize that, it's okay to have those arguments, but how do we just bring it down a notch and make that a little bit easier for everyone?
Yes, because it is a bit more tense, isn't it, when we don't have, other spaces that we go to, we're stuck at home. Look, some of the helpful tips with conflict resolution are that people might need to manage conflict at a different pace. Some people need it here and on the spot, and I want to have this discussion and let's get into it. And another person might have a style or strategy of withdrawal because they need the space to calm themselves and to think through. And we've got to be wary that each person in the family will have a different conflict style, and we need to accommodate for that. One of the things I work with families a lot is if we have different styles, if we're not the two sort of people who want to get together and just nut it out in the kitchen on the spot, letting off a bit of steam and all the rest of it, we have to maybe step away from it for a little while. I think sometimes writing down the thoughts that you have that you want to share with the other person to get some clarity, so that you come back in and actually have a productive conversation by the time you come back to the conflict issue. What is it you want to achieve out of that conflict? Do you just want to let off steam, or are you actually wanting to resolve something or get the other person to meet a need of yours? Really think through what this argument is about.
Yes.
If it's something small and it's just we got in each other's way and we're having one of those downturns on the roller coaster, maybe just having that time out, space away from each other's enough. But if it's something that is been bothering you and you really want to address it, think about what the issue is, think about the outcome you're looking for, and then plan how you're going to actually address that with the other person.
Absolutely.
Step away and put some thought to it.
Definitely. I love that, and I think that's some really potential for some robust conversations, but ones that will contribute to a stronger relationship at the end of the day. And I think we will see stronger families come out of this period in knowing that families are spending time together, we're going out to the parks together, we're going back to, I remember my dad would be at Saturday tennis with me every single Saturday. He'd be there at my coaching sessions no matter what, and that time is just so critical in developing a really strong relationship, and likewise with my mum, and they're the moments that help contribute to who I am today. And for our families to be spending that quality time together right now will definitely hopefully be one of the best things to come out of this. So Cathy, thank you very much for the chat about all things for our families. Now, if you have any questions at home, please let us know. You can send them through to info@geleisure.com.au, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts, and more importantly, see you very soon.